There was a man who earned good money his entire life. But when he turned 50, he had absolutely nothing to show for it. In a busy town filled with merchants and traders, there lived a man named Omar. He wasn't poor. He worked every single day and made decent money. Not rich money, but enough to live comfortably, enough to eat well, enough to have a roof over his head. But here's the strange part. After 10 years of working, Omar had the exact same amount of money he started with. Zero savings, zero investments, nothing put aside, just empty pockets at the end of every month. Meanwhile, his neighbor Rashid worked the same job, made the same income, lived in a similar house. But after 10 years, Rashid had wealth, real wealth, enough to stop working if he wanted to. Same income, same time, completely different results. And the reason why will change how you think about money forever. Omar worked as a cloth merchant every week. He'd sell fabric at the marketplace and earn 20 silver coins. That was his income. It never changed. 20 coins every single week for 10 years straight. When Omar got paid, he'd feel good. He'd hold those 20 coins in his hand and think, I'm doing fine. I'm making money. Then he'd go home and start spending. New clothes because the old ones looked worn. Good food because he worked hard and deserved it. Gifts for his kids because he wanted them to be happy. Repairs for his house because things kept breaking. By the end of the week, Omar would count what he had left. Sometimes 5 coins, sometimes 3, sometimes nothing at all. And when the next payday came, he'd feel relieved. Good. More money is coming. This cycle repeated every single week. Earn 20, spend 20. Earn 20, spend 20. Omar thought this was normal. He thought this is just how life works. You earn money, you spend money, you wake up and do it again. He never worried because the money kept coming. Every week, 20 coins. As long as he kept working, he'd be fine. Or so he thought. 10 years went by like this. Omar worked hard. He showed up every day. He never missed work. But when he looked at his life, nothing had changed. He still rented the same house. He still had no savings. He still worried about money every single month. His kids grew up. His body got older. His back started hurting. And one day, Omar realized something terrifying. If he stopped working, he'd have nothing. Not even enough to survive for a month. Omar worked for 10 years and ended up exactly where he started. Broke. Now let's talk about Rashid's same job, same income. 20 silver coins every week. But Rashid did something completely different. When Rashid got his 20 coins, he didn't spend all of it. Before buying anything, before paying for food, before doing anything else, Rashid took 2 coins and put them in a separate pouch. A pouch he never touched. That left him with 18 coins to spend on everything else. Food, rent, clothes, repairs. 18 coins instead of 20. It wasn't much of a difference, but Rashid made it work. Some weeks were tight. He'd eat simpler meals. He'd skip buying things he didn't really need. He'd fix his own clothes instead of buying new ones. It wasn't always easy, but he stuck to the rule. 2 coins every single week went into the pouch. After 1 month, Rashid had 8 coins saved. After 3 months, he had 24. After a year, he had over 100 coins sitting in that pouch. Now here's where it gets interesting. Rashid didn't just let those coins sit there. He started thinking, what can I do with this money that makes more money? He went to a farmer who needed help buying seeds for the planting season. Rashid gave the farmer 20 coins and said, I'll lend you this money. When you harvest and sell your crops, pay me back with 2 extra coins. The farmer agreed. A few months later, the harvest came. The farmer sold his crops and paid Rashid back 22 coins instead of 20. Rashid just made 2 coins without working. He didn't sell cloth. He didn't stand in the marketplace. His money worked for him. He did this again and again. He lent money to a carpenter who needed tools. He lent money to a merchant who needed supplies. Every time, his money came back with a little extra. While Omar spent every coin he earned, Rashid's coins started multiplying. And the best part, Rashid still worked the same job, still earned 20 coins a week. But now he had a second income, an income that didn't require his time. After 5 years, Rashid had saved and invested enough that his second income made 10 coins a week. After 10 years, his investments made more than his job. Rashid could stop working anytime he wanted. His money worked for him now. One day, both men sat together at the marketplace. They were the same age. They worked the same job. They earned the same income for 10 years. But Omar looked tired, worried, stuck. He said, I don't understand. I worked just as hard as you. I never missed a day. So why do I have nothing? Rashid looked at him and said, because you only had 1 wallet. Omar didn't understand. Rashid explained, every week, you put all your money in 1 wallet, the spending wallet. Whatever came in went right back out. You worked for your money, but your money never worked for you. I had 2 wallets, one for spending, one for growing. The money in my spending wallet disappeared just like yours. But the money in my second wallet grew. It multiplied. It built something that lasts. Omar realized his mistake. He thought having an income meant he was fine. But income without savings is just trading time for survival. And time runs out. Here's the truth most people don't understand. Your income doesn't make you rich. What you do with your income makes you rich. Omar earned money, but it all went into one place. Expenses, bills, stuff that disappears. He worked his whole life just to stay in the same spot. Rashid earned the same money, but he split it. Most of it went to living, but some of it went to building. That small difference created massive results. Think about it. 2 coins out of 20. That's only 10%. Most people hear that and think, that's nothing. That won't make me rich. But here's what they miss. It's not about the amount. It's about the habit. It's about creating a second wallet that grows while you live. 10% saved every week for 10 years turns into more than 500 weeks of income. That's 10 years of work sitting in your second wallet. Now imagine if that money made more money. You'd have 15 years worth, 20 years worth. That's how people retire. That's how people escape the paycheck trap. Not by earning more, by keeping more, by building more. Most people live like Omar. They think, I'll save when I earn more. I'll invest when I have extra. Right now, I need everything I make. But here's the problem. If you can't save when you make a little, you won't save when you make a lot. The spending just grows with the income. People who make 20 coins spend 20 coins. People who make 50 coins spend 50 coins. People who make 100 coins spend 100 coins. The amount doesn't matter. The system matters. Rashid built a system to wallets. One for now, one for later. That system worked with 20 coins. It works with 200 coins. It works with 2,000 coins. Omar had no system, just one wallet. And one wallet always ends up empty. Your income is not your wealth. Your wealth is what you keep and grow. You can work 40 years and end up with nothing. Or you can work 10 years and build something that lasts forever. The difference isn't how much you make. It's whether you have one wallet or two. Subscribe for more.